Hey guys, it's me Seren back with another video. It's late as fuck. It's late at night. But I wanted to make this quick video, because shit's just getting really crazy. Um, After these shootings, just shootings, 4 people killed in 2 days, 3 days. Um, Alton Sterling has been like the #1 trending topic for like 3 days straight. Um, it's just been a lot going on. I've been sharing my video about not watching videos of police brutality a lot. My PSA, I'm so late, guys. My PSA, police brutality is not torture porn, which is just so crazy because I made that video literally a year ago. And there's just been like a lot of literature going around right now about like sharing images of Black Death. So I'm going to have lots of links in the description box for you guys to check out. But like I already said in that video, it's not torture porn. It's not a joke. It's not a game, Um, and it's just really, hypocritical also to see that, they'll post Black Death on loop, on repeat, on the news, on CNN. You see it at the gym, you see it at the coffee shop, but they won't show, like those reporters that got shot up last year, or like no one showed little kid Sandy Hook bodies, but they'll show like Black Death. And I don't need to witness Black Death over and over to know that it's happening, and to know that my people are being murdered in the streets, state sanctioned violence. So check that video out if you haven't seen it, because it is an old video. I made that video last year, and it's so crazy that like just now people are starting to say like we don't have to watch this shit. So that video's been getting a lot of traction, so just please feel free to watch it. Another video that's been going around have been my videos on how black on black crime is not a thing. I posted a thread on Twitter that like went crazy viral about it. So of course, if you guys want to check out those videos, if you haven't seen those, basically in 5 minutes or less, all crime is proportionate to race and neighborhood. Most crime, including murder and other crimes, are committed by people of the same race. So that's white on white, Asian on Asian, black on black, et cetera, et cetera. Because all crime is related to neighborhood. Most people commit crimes where they feel familiar, where they know the escape routes, and that tends to be in their neighborhood. And in the segregated housing climate of the United States, people of the same race tend to live together and cluster together. So people of the same race tend to commit crimes against one another. Black on black crime is the only type of intra-racial crime, which is what we're talking about, intra-racial crime amongst members of the same race. Black on black crime is the only type of intra-racial crime that is qualified by race and given a name like black on black crime. When white people kill other white people, it is not called white on white crime. That term is a racist misnomer. We should be using the term intra-racial crime amongst black people. It's a racist construct as a term, semantics, created to further this idea that black people are criminals, violent, super predators, but we do not kill a disproportionate number of other black people. So, most crime is intraracial, committed amongst people of the same race. So stop and ask yourself why you never hear white on white crime when a white guy kills his white wife. Why you never hear, Asian on Asian crime amongst members of the Japanese Yakuza. Why we didn't hear Mexican on Mexican crime when the Mexican government killed all those students and dumped their bodies in a pit. But why you will hear the phrase black on black crime. It is a racist misnomer. It is intra-racial crime amongst black people, and it is not unusual. Human beings are violent, so if you want to get mad at violence amongst human beings, be my guest, but to try to make it like that as a black thing is incorrect. And there are also countless groups that have been created amongst, black people within our communities. Mothers Against Senseless Killings, MASK, which operates out of Chicago, please Google them. Moms Against Gun Violence, My Brother's Keeper, which is a federal initiative launched by Obama. There are tons and tons and tons of resources if that is actually something you want to get into, because people protest intraracial violence against black folks every day, But none of that is what this video is about. That's just a little rundown on what's been going on my social media and all that good stuff. This video is going to be about revolution. And the reason why is because they were protesting in Dallas. Now, by the time you guys watch this video, we might have more information, but we don't really need like specifics for what I'm going to talk about. They were protesting in Dallas, and it was a peaceful protest, Black Lives Matter, and shots rang out. And turns out there were two snipers wearing full body armor that had rifles that shot 10 police officers. As of right now, this moment, they have killed three. Three of them have died. As of this moment, no protesters are reported being injured, according to the Washington Post. Now I'm seeing all types of rumors and conspiracy theories flying around on fucking social media, but you guys know I try to like somewhat, be reputable, and like wait a little bit. So as reported by most reputable outlets, it's been, the 10 police officers shot and 3 of them have died. Now, as soon as this violence happened, now, number one, we don't know who did it. Again, by the time you guys watch this video, we might know. But as of this moment, we don't know who did it. Like, we don't know who did it. There's all types of conspiracy theories of like, oh my God, this is like, white people just trying to cause chaos and trying to like put shade on the Black Lives Matter movement. Like it was a peaceful protest and like blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm all for, like, I understand people wanting to peacefully protest. Like, I've attended many peaceful protests, but I feel like you can only push people but so far before they will break and before they will snap. So, as of right now, there's 2 options. Option 1, that yes, this was a person, trying to cause chaos, whatever. Or option 2, that this was a person that was fed the fuck up and decided they were going to fight back with violence. I'm not one of those people that's violence is never the answer. Our country was founded on violence. The Revolutionary War, the genocide against the Native Americans, American chattel slavery, the Civil War, which remains the bloodiest war in history. Pretty much the vast majority of the change that we have seen throughout history in our country as well as in other countries has been the result of violence. So I just cannot sit here and say that violence is never the answer and violence doesn't solve anything, because history has shown us that that is not true. Sorry. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. Like, I ain't sorry. Like, I ain't sorry. I ain't sorry. And I feel like, people love the idea of, and I tweeted this, I'll go ahead and read you guys my tweets. I said, like, people love the idea of Nat Turner's Birth of a Nation. They love the idea of it. But once someone actually gets violent, violence scares them. Violence scares people. I said, in my opinion, niggas can't peacefully protest forever. People love the idea of Nat Turner's Birth of a Nation, but actual violence scares them. But I know that there are people out there willing to die for you and your freedom and maybe kill for it. And Crystals, who's part of The Read with Kid Fury, she tweeted something like that. Like, it's really dawning on me that I might have to die for Black liberation. Like, are you ready to die for Black liberation? And it's like, there's people out there that's ready and willing to die. And there might also be people out there that's ready and willing to kill. Now, whether you agree with that or don't agree with that, that's your own personal morals and beliefs and opinions. But revolution is often violent. And violence is being enacted against us. And you can only push people but so far before they will snap. And I just think it's really interesting how we idolize and idealize the idea of a revolution and even violent revolutions. Like I said, we love the idea of Birth of a Nation. We love it. We can't get enough of it. We're all probably going to go watch the movie and it's going to make millions of dollars, right? But if somebody in real life, now, if you guys don't know what Birth of a Nation is about, it's about Nat Turner's rebellion, where him and a bunch of slaves went through killing white people. Like, that's the shit that happened. When two people in real life go to a protest that was peaceful, a peaceful protest, and they snipe police officers, they aim for police officers specifically, we can't handle it. And someone wrote me on Twitter and said, that's our problem. We must learn to stop romanticizing revolution and realize what it really means. What revolution really means. It's a word we throw around a lot, but like, revolution gets messy. It can get violent. It can get bloody. It can get, people die. It's not a game. It's not a game. And I also see a lot of kind of what I personally feel It's like respectability politics stuff swirling around, you know, like, oh my God, like we were peaceful and now there's people shooting, almost on some, what are the white people going to think of us now? Like tone of voice, like, you know, what are the white people going to think of Black Lives Matter now? Like, I personally don't care what white people think about Black Lives Matter. I don't care what they think about me. I don't care. I don't care. I literally do not care. I want to know who did it because I want to know if it's somebody that was for me or against me, just trying to cause problems. So I want to know who it is, but I don't need to know who it is because what are white people going to think of us now? I don't care what they're going to think. You want to know what they're going to, you want to know, I can tell you what they're going to think. They're going to think you a nigger. Same as they thought you were a nigger yesterday. Same as they're going to think you're a nigger tomorrow. So really, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. I want to know the truth of what happened because I want to know the truth of what happened. But at the end of the day, if it was somebody that just got pushed to the limit and snapped, whoever they are, they wouldn't be the first. Our country was built on violent revolutions. So we need to think about what revolution really means and if we are willing to lay down our lives for the idea of Black liberation. And stop worrying about what white people think of you. Shit is so annoying to me. Like, oh, and now they're going to think that they already think that Black Lives Matter is the KKK. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, and now they're just going to prove their point. Like, so you, like, lay in bed at night thinking about that shit? Like, who cares? You should want to know the truth for you. Like, you should just want to know the truth about what happened. It shouldn't matter what are white people going to think or what's the news going to say? The news is going to keep saying what they've been saying, which is that we're niggers and thugs and KKK members. Like, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let go. Let go of this yearning for this approval to be good little Negroes protesting in a good little peaceful way like Martin Luther King, who they've like held up as some type of Jesus Christ, even though towards the end of his life before they shot him, he was embracing more radical methods as well. Like, stop. Late, I'm rambling. Sorry if this video makes no sense. Just a video that I felt compelled to make. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my last video. Hopefully you guys are indulging in self-care, especially now, so that you don't snap. So indulge in self-care. Please create and maintain your safe spaces. You know, remember that you don't have to watch these videos. You don't have to share these images. Police brutality is not torture porn. You know, remember that Black people do not kill a disproportionate amount of other Black people. That all crime is related to race and neighborhood. That all crime is intra-racial, white on white, Asian on Asian, Hispanic on Hispanic. Even though that is not a race, it's an ethnicity. Remember the truth. Think critically. Want to know the truth for yourselves. Yeah, so I'm in the office talking all quiet. So yeah, see you guys next time. Peace.